So the last cultural thing, I know Wally and I are on it. Steven, have you got on the Luke Cage train yet?
I have not. I'm on the Black Lightning. I'm seeing Black Lightning right now. I haven't seen Luke Cage, and it might be great, but I just think when it came out, everybody was talking about how great it was, and usually when that happens, I shy away from it for a while, and then I just got to the point where I was like, okay, I guess I kind of heard about it enough. I'll probably check it out at some point.
Wally,
I'm a Black Lightning guy.
Wally, tell him, please, school.
It's really good. I mean, it's a very, very well done show, period, comic book or not. I mean, it's just good. If you like hip hop,
you don't even have to like comic. You don't even have to be into the superhero thing to get it and to like it.
Because I'm on record as saying on one of our podcasts how I'm not really that into comics, but I mean, I am into Luke Cage. It's just really well done. It's just good.
Yeah, but
no, go ahead.
I'm gonna check it out. I mean, I'm not a superhero guy, but I like Black Lightning. That was cool. I don't know if you guys seen that. I mean, I know we're talking about Luke Cage.
Black Lightning was good. I kind of fell off. It was okay. It was okay.
Is it a little more message heavy than Luke Cage is? I don't know, because it was like, you know what I mean? It was very like, it was so contemporary that maybe, you know, it might end up being dated at some point.
Here's what I will say. You need to watch season 1 to get the context, but Alfre Woodard's performance in season 2, you will never ever look at her the same way ever again. Like, she is killing the game with what she's doing in season 2 of Luke Cage. Like, it is phenomenal. Like, I don't even watch it for Luke Cage. I watch it for Alfre Woodard. It's incredible. No lie. It's incredible.
Now, my only thing with Luke Cage and Black Panther to a certain extent, and y'all tell me if I'm tripping, but have you noticed how there is always this push to make the villain or the bad guy another black person, as almost to say that our struggles and conflicts are all within ourselves. Because if you look at the comic book, especially Black Panther, Black Panther was literally killing Klansmen in the comic book. Right. You know what I mean? And for basically the villain to be a black American with kind of the message to be like, yes, the aggressive black American style is not the way to go. I don't know, man. I'm having a bit of an issue with especially like Luke Cage too. It's like,
I actually like it I like it because where is the other space where you get to have? We've become so politically correct that you can't have a black bad guy just because people are going to be like, oh, why the black guy have to be the bad guy? Like, have you ever seen a home security commercial? You will never see the black guy as the robber. Never. ever. And so the fact that, like, I thought Killmonger and Black Panther, that was great. Like, not because he was black, but just because his character had depth and it just wasn't like so two-dimensional, like, here's the bad guy, here's why you hate him. It's like, oh, he is the bad guy, but he kind of has a point. And it's the same thing with Bushmaster and Luke Cage.
But that's not how the comics work. So in my mind, I'm thinking, you know what I mean? In my mind, I'm like, okay, you're making this authentic to the comic.
Right.
Yet the main message of the comic, which was basically like, get the man's foot off your neck, is like automatically molded and prepackaged. I kind of see it both ways, because I do appreciate it being like, nope, it's all black, bad guy, good guy, the EMTs, you know what I mean?
Right.
Even down to that level. But it does, I just feel like, in a way, I'm just kind of like, what are you really trying to tell me here, when the original comic, that man was literally killing Klansmen? Like, why can't we do that episode?
Yeah. Well, the thing to me is, and that's a good point, the thing to me is, we know who are directing. Directing is cool, but who is producing the film and who is backing the film and who's in charge at those studios? Mm-hmm. So, it's go like we were talking about black owned and black targeted media. We talk about that when we look at that, and we sometimes look and wonder why this and that. And you look at the targeted media is usually owned by someone who is who's not of the culture, but they're selling the culture to the consumers. And kind of the same thing there. I don't know who ultimately signs the checks for Netflix. So
it's a Marvel thing. So
right.
Stan Lee and his subsidiary companies. So yeah,
right.
No, you're right.
It's. I mean, I always look. I've got to the point now where I always look up at the top and I'm like, that's a consideration. Not to say that it wouldn't be, if it was flipped the other way, it wouldn't be the same thing. But sometimes because they got to end up going in there selling the stuff to whoever is going to cut the check. So maybe it's easier to sell that versus kill Whitey.
This is a conversation we need to have with Felicia, the creator of the now defunct Quad. She's been on the podcast before. We'll have to get her take on this because it's interesting because it's a valid argument on both sides. I never saw it your way, Wally, but when you said it, I was like, oh yeah, that's a pretty good point.
When I left Black Panther, I was like, that was amazing. But the message that I got was that like, hey, you Black Americans, the way you do it is all kind of wrong. Right, this whole killmongering mindset that you have, for whatever reason that you have it, they did say, okay, valid, it's because of trauma, but it's wrong, and this is the, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that that's right or wrong, but I mean, from what I've seen from the Black Panther comics, that was nowhere in the Black Panther comics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't see that. I don't see that trailer happening in This Is America 2018. Black Panther going in on the Klan and coming to theaters next week.